my wife went on this tattoo kick when my daughter started getting tattoos. Is I think a way to bond, and that's all good. I'm fine with that. But then one tattoo went to sleeves, and then sleeves went to hand tats. And my wife is teaching 3-year-old kids. Preschool. And they don't necessarily want a teacher that is completely yadded. And
How do you hide a hand tat? You have to wear gloves.
She has to wear long sleeves and sleeves that come loosely that cover part of her hand. You can still see a little bit of it.
Was the tattoo phase and her lifting a bunch of weights, getting jacked up, was that around the same time, or were those two different phases?
They were close.
There was a little overlap. I do remember.
They were two very scary phases. But yeah, they
she had seen a girl, because we know this girl on social media, that was ripped and had tattoos and looked really good. And so when Kim was getting a little ripped, she got a few tattoos and it did look good.
Sure.
And I think that became like intoxicating.
If I remember, I don't think you were loving all of the sleeve tats. I don't think you were loving all of the muscles. Am I off on that?
It was getting a little masculine. I mean, she was a lot more manly than I was, and it was,
We've already known she could kick your butt.
Right.
Now her physique proved it.
It did.
They could have destroyed you if she wanted.
Still
she
can,
but
but
snapped you like a twig.
Still can, but but you're right. A tattoo bodybuilder works to me better than tattoo preschool teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes.
And so,
in society, sorry, not sorry, this is the way it is.
And so my wife does something called car duty where, all the kids are brought out to the cars.
Oh, we know about Carline.
If you didn't know, South Florida's hot right now. And so she has to wear sleeves. She about has a heat stroke every single day out there wearing sleeves. And people are like, why are you wearing a jacket?
It's the life of someone who's been inked up, dog.
And so to me, it's madness. And we've now taken it to a whole new level where now that my daughter is back from her job after a month, I've heard her and Kim talking about this is going to be the weekend they step out and advance to neck tattoos.
What?
And it's just like, look, how are you going to cover this up? It's just, okay. So, my wife's always, don't ever tell her what to do.
Don't tell her she can't do it because that's going to make her want to do it even more.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, but, you might get in a place where it might be harder for you to keep your job, or if you ever had to find another job.
Now you're going to have to wear long sleeve turtlenecks.
You're going to scare the kids.
Is she talking about behind the neck so she can put her hair down to cover?
Front of the neck.
Front? We're back to that one.
Front of the neck. Front of the neck. And for some reason, her and my daughter, they're into all this religious artwork stuff. I don't know if I ever really see her reading the Bible, but she is all into the religious artwork. In fact, my daughter was talking about the tattoo, and she had texted me, said, we want to do this tattoo. And so I'm sitting here really biting my lip hard on all this because I'm just like, if you overreact.
Say nothing, say nothing, say
if you
nothing.
overreact, then it's just going to propel them further down this path. And so they want to get the 3 crosses, which you often see in the Christian faith. And it's all good, and hey, if you're gonna get a tattoo, it's better that than demons, So
it's better than like 666.
It is. I get that, but part of it is, to me, a tattoo does make sense, and I respect them when they have deep meaning to you. But my daughter's like, so why do they have 3 crosses?
Oh, no.
And
she doesn't even know?
No, she didn't even know. So I had to explain the symbolism behind the 3 crosses and what was going on with that. And it's like, okay, so I'm glad it sparked that conversation, but it's still at the same time, I'm like, you're permanently marking your body in a prominent place for something you don't really understand.
As a friend and a co-host over here, I got nothing for you.
How about a drink?
I have that.
That's all. But that'll work, right?
We do have tequila. I know you love tequila. We don't have words.
My advice is I have no advice, Kevin.
So they're all over TikTok, both of my wife and my daughter. And I'm hoping that they see this because now there is a hashtag called Tattoo Regret that has over 71.4 million views. And here's some of the comments from the videos that's going on TikTok about people having tattoo regret.
I am a considerably heavily tattooed woman. There really is something to be said about brain development and decision making. Because when I tell you something just switched in my little head about 1 month before my 25th birthday, like I woke up one day and I was like, what have I done?
What have I done?
What have I done?
Right at my daughter's age, 25.
And I'm seeing people go, they're adults, let them do what they want. It's their body, Kevin, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
I don't.
He's not trying to
don't
tell them what to
disagree
do.
with you.
He's actually being very quiet.
You're being the coolest of anybody I've ever. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
a
not
neck
that
tat's
person.
intense for a lot of people, man. And anyone that says it's not intense, they're not being honest with you. For most people, a big tattoo in the front of their trachea is gonna be a lot for them to deal with.
Well, and for me, my concern for them that they don't have any concern for, my wife deals with preschool students and my daughter's a nanny. So, you know, in both of those professions, it's not congruent to be as yadded as they are. If they were in fields where, hey, if I'm in fashion or I'm in music or something like that, go ahead. Whatever you want to do. Be Goat Malone. I don't care.
I know you love basketball, you love football. What if maybe she got some kind of a basketball logo?
There's nothing that I want. I mean, you know, look, I'm happy that it's the 3 crosses. That's good. There's nothing that I would think that it's a good idea. And for me, it's just baffling because to me, this decision is so devoid of logic. That's the one thing I love my life to be run by logic, and this does not seem logical or well thought out.
You know what? We can send her some ideas. Klepto from the Snack Pack. He's got an awesome neck tat. He's got a noose around his neck.
Yeah, it could be worse. Trust me, I get it. It could be worse, but it's still not great.
I mean, we went to the Rapids together,
Yeah.
and man, we didn't have a line to wait because people were so scared.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Well,
everybody let y'all cut.
Klepto, he's got that around his neck, and then he has a toe tag tattoo around his toe.
Yeah,
It's in, but
I agree. And look, I try to be very forward thinking when it comes to tattoos.
I know you do.
And the fields that they are in, you could get away with tattoos.
And you're right.
Even alarming ones.
Klepto is.
Klepto owns his own business, and he's a musician, so it fits.
But even on top of that, let me ask you, whether there was no job involved or not, are you bummed out on how it'll look on an attraction level?
Yes, there's that element. That's the selfish side of it. And I'm trying to think
Put
more,
that aside.
Yeah, I'm trying to put that aside because, you know, I don't mind a tattoo here and there. To me, when it gets so much, I'm not as attracted to just where there's just no skin at all. To me, and maybe it's because I grew up listening to Motley Crue. I think I'm with Tommy Lee. You know, and you're just like,
Oh, you'll
okay.
know if you're with Tommy Lee. You'll
Yeah.
know real quick.
And I don't want that.
Most husbands don't.
That's a lot. So I think that's what I see. Maybe there's a correlation when I see too many tattoos. I'm like, oh, what's coming at me? What's coming at me?
Is this some kind of weird, like, self-sabotage thing?
I don't know because I don't say enough about it. I don't know.
I
They
don't see that.
got caught up with it, and I think a lot
You
of it.
can't.
I think a lot of it they saw on TikTok. That's why I was so happy today when I saw Tattoo Regret is trending and has over 71 million views on TikTok because they're there and they're heavily influenced by TikTok, and it looks like they're trying to work out something sooner rather than later. Maybe as soon as this weekend, they're talking about trying to get an appointment.
Because
You need to hold their phones and just keep saying "tattoo regret" into the algorithm, so it keeps
coming
pulling it up.
Yeah,
on
and
their.
people talking about, oh my gosh, I wish I didn't have a sleeve. I wish I didn't have a neck tat.
Yes.
Yeah.
to me, it's because Caitlin's at that age where you do get some crazy tattoos, and I don't think it's the queen, you know, doing some weird thing like Virginia's thinking. Is it self-mutilation? Or I think she likes doing things with Caitlin.
It is, yeah.
Caitlin's doing some cool young stuff.
Right.
And I think it's a bonding thing.
I think that's a big part of it.
I don't think the queen's trying to, not with this situation. I think she's getting tatted up because she's enjoying it a bit.
And as Virginia knows, the best way to work my wife's behavior is to work through her daughter. So I'm trying. I know I can maybe reason a little bit more with Caitlin and try to maybe back her off of the neck tattoo. That might be the only way I get my wife there.
You have to ask Caitlin for her help. And let her know that she holds all the power in this
She does.
situation.
If you don't get the neck tattoo, I really don't see my wife going out and getting it.
Okay, if you sat Caitlin down and we're talking a heart to heart, no goofy talk. Oh, Caitlin, seriously.
Yeah.
I need your help on this. Can you please just enough with this? Can you
Oh.
help me? If you took that approach with Caitlin,
And here, by
does-
the way, here's some Gucci shoes.
does that work? Would that work?
I'm going to try it. And I can't tell you if it would or not.
Try it and bring Gucci shoes just in case.
I'm going to try to just talk and say, hey, you know, the family that you work for how do you think they're going to respond? I mean, you're their nanny. Now, the argument is I guess one of the older kids is heavily tattooed. And I'm like, well, okay, but they're not the nanny. You're the nanny. Keep that in mind.
I wasn't even talking about Caitlyn. I was talking more about the queen. I think Caitlyn's going to do what Caitlyn does. I think she's getting neck tats.
But if she doesn't get it, I know she's the secret. If Caitlyn doesn't get it, my wife will
Yes,
get it.
Okay.
you're right. You're absolutely
That's why
right.
Caitlyn is the one I gotta reason with first.
Caitlyn controls the whole family.
Yeah.
And another thing people always ask, is the queen listening to this segment? Will she listen to it?
No.
Well, okay, so it's...
Yeah.
If
She
any
hates the KVJ show.
hates our show.
She just doesn't. Yeah, she's not gonna listen. She's
That's
at
stupid.
work right now,
That's
and
stupid.
she's not gonna go back.
Kevin,
and
I
listen
hate
to
your
it.
show, and I'm getting a neck tat. She gets a neck tat of our competition.
Now that okay,
That would
that's
sting.
a different level.
That would
That's
sting.
a different
hurts.
level. Yeah, that's a different level. I do say something about that. All right, I'll keep you up to date on the ongoing saga. I'm hoping I can win this one, but right now, don't bet on me. Odds not looking great.
Oh, Kevin.
I know.